right, so today we're going to talk about how, or your I can statement for today is I can divide decimals by decimals. Sample problem is Michelle purchases several bottles of water. Before tax is added, the total cost is $3.60, and the cost of each bottle is $1.20. How many bottles did she buy? So I'm going to circle my key numbers. I'm going to underline my question. I'm going to box any keywords, so total cost and before tax. I'm going to eliminate anything I do not need, and then I'm going to solve. So my question is, how many bottles did she buy? How many bottles of water did Michelle buy? If her total payment was $3.60 and each bottle of water cost $1.20, how many bottles did she buy? So I know the price of an individual bottle and I know my total price, but using those two figures, I need to figure out how many bottles she bought. So the first thing that you need to know when you're dividing decimals by decimals is that you have to get rid of the decimal. And we know in order to get rid of the decimal, we have to multiply by 10. And every time we multiply by 10, that moves our decimal to the right one place. Okay? So say, for example, I'm looking at my $1.20. Well, I need to get rid of this decimal. So I need to multiply it by 10 once and then twice, drop off my decimal, and my new number is going to be 120 because I moved my decimal place over to the right twice or multiplied it by 10 twice. So whatever I do to the outside, I also need to do to the inside. So I need to move this decimal to the right twice or multiply it by 10 twice. So that's once, twice, and I'm going to rewrite my new equation. My dividend is now 360, and my divisor is 120. Now remember that I do have a decimal right here, so I'm going to move my decimal up next. Drop it off right there. There is my new decimal. Okay? So now we can solve like normal. Now we're going to solve just how we normally would solve a long division problem. So I need to ask myself how many times 120 can go into 3. Well, 120 cannot go into 3 because 120 is bigger than 3. So then the next question I would ask myself, well, how many times can 120 go into 36? We know it cannot go into 36 because 120 is bigger than 36. So my last question is, how many times can 120 go into 360? And I'm just going to guess. So I'm going to take 120 and multiply it by 2 first and see what I get. 0 times 2 is 0, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 1 is 2. I got 240. I'm looking for 360. I'll try one more because I can still keep going. 120 times 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3, and that's exactly what we were looking for. So I know that 120 goes into 363 times. I multiply that together. 120 times 3 gives me 360. Then I subtract. I get 0. So my quotient, or my answer, is 3, which means that Michelle bought 3 bottles of water. Try this on your own with your sample problem below.